What's up guys, welcome back to Nuts and Bolts Auto. And today I'm going to be working on this Ford Ranger. I'm going to be replacing these sway bar end links. This right here is the sway bar end link, and as you can see the bushings are pretty messed up on it. They're pretty much just there to stabilize the vehicle so it reduces body roll, and there's one on each side of the vehicle. So right now we're looking at the passenger side, and if you follow the sway bar along the vehicle you'll be able to see the other ones on the opposite side. And to replace these is pretty much a really simple job. It's just a really long bolt all the way down here to the bottom. You have a nut down here. Right there's the nut. So you just need a wrench to hold the top bolt, and then you use a ratchet down here and unscrew the bolt. Once you've undone the nut from the bottom, then you'll be able to grab the bolt and just slide it out. If you live in an area where your vehicle gets all rusty everywhere, then you might have a problem with having rust under here and this might be stuck together. But in this truck this is plastic, so it's not that much of a problem. The replacement one does have a metal sleeve right here, so if it's been replaced before, maybe you'll have to deal with some rust. And with these end links right here, they become a problem when the bushing starts going bad and it starts breaking, because then you'll start noticing that the vehicle starts to sway more than it used to, or you'll start hearing knocks, like as you go over speed bumps or something. The bar itself will go up and down and then hit against these two. And as you can see right here on my F-150, the bushings themselves are just completely gone, so I'll be having to replace them on this truck as well. This right here is going to be the replacement end link, and it's just a really long bolt, goes all the way down to here, and then you got your little caps, the two bushings, another cap, this is a sleeve, and basically the same thing up here, and that all just goes sandwiched together. And the bushings have this little squared off area that this is going to go into the control arm or the sway bar, and it's going to go in together matched up with that side. So to get started, I'm going to be using a 16mm wrench on top and a 15mm socket at the bottom with the ratchet. And right here I can ratchet with one hand, and the wrench is being held by the wheel itself. Alright, once the bottom nut is loose, you can work the rest of it off by hand, and you'll get the bottom bushing with the cup and the nut off, and then should be able to slide everything out. With the link off, you just want to make sure right here that it's clean and there's not any big debris anywhere around there that's going to get in the way. And then now we get the new one, take it all apart, and you really only need the top bushing, the cup, and the bolt itself so you can slide it in. So now we got the new end link. I'm going to stick the top up there, and then you just remember how they're all supposed to go back together. We got the bushing, then the cup that's going to hold it. We got to put our sleeve in there, and then the cup, this time with the cup side down, then another bushing, and then we just got to lift it all up and make sure that it's going to fit down into the hole and push it down. So now the only things missing is the bottom bushing, the bottom cup, and the bottom nut. But we're going to leave those off for right now, because when we do the other side, we want to allow the sway bar to have a little bit of play. That way we're not messing around with it, trying to get everything aligned and pulling out the bolt. Once we get the other side done, then we can go ahead and install these three things on this one and the other one at the same time. So on the driver's side, it's going to be the identical steps for the passenger side. Now that it's loose, we can take it off by hand, and again slide out the bolt. Gotta start sandwiching the stuff again, and it's in the same order. The cup, here we got this sleeve, then the cup again, and the bushing. And we can put all this back in right here, right on the hole. Now we just need the bottom one, so we got the bushing. Then we need the cup, again the cone side facing up. And then the last part is just the nut. And you want to make sure that it's all nice and straight. And then these aftermarket ones are a different size, so I got a 14 on top and a 17 on the bottom. And I'm just going to snug it up right now and so it doesn't fall apart. And then I'm going to go on the other side and then put the bottom stuff that was missing. So now I'm on the passenger side again, and I just got the bushings and stuff on the bottom. This side was a little bit pulled up, so I had to grab a pry bar up here and then put it up against the frame and I pushed the sway bar down so I could get the bushings inside on the bottom. To tighten it up here, I just got the wrench and it's being held by the frame up here. Then I got my ratchet down here. And you want to keep tightening it just until the bushing itself starts bulging. So what I mean by that is that the bushings are square right here, and you want to just keep tightening it until it squeezes enough that it kind of bulges out in the center, and then you want to back it out quarter turn. So right there you can see that the bushings are starting to get compressed because they're starting to get rounded. So now I'm going to turn back a quarter turn and they should be good. Now that this side's done, I'm just going to go ahead and finish up on the driver's side. So now the driver's side is starting to get squished again, right there. And then I'm just going to back off the nut a quarter turn, and then the driver's side will be good. So once again guys, these are the old end links that we had, all broken. And we got the new ones installed in the vehicle, so we should be good. I hope this helped you guys out. And remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those other goodies. Thank you.